There is a shocking reason as to why you can't seem to find love in this generation. And actually, it has nothing to do with outside circumstances like this being the wrong generation in general, or that there's no good people left. No, there's something else that you've been overlooking all this time, which is holding you back from actually going out there and finding your person and actually dating your dream partner. You see, as I said, it's not they were born in the wrong generation. I think that's the first mindset we need to get rid of. And I've seen so many people who said this, like, oh, there's no good people left in this generation, right? But then I'll look at their actions and I'll look at the inputs and like what they're doing for their life. And the fact is, it's not that it's the wrong generation and that there are no good people left. It's that they're one of the bad people themselves, right? So I spoke with guys who were like, yeah, all of these girls nowadays, they're all degenerate, they're all whores, whatever. And then they're going to the clubs themselves. And then they're like, yeah, I can't find anyone like who is suitable for me because I'm the only righteous person left, right? Like I'm this high, like moral standard guy, and everyone else, like they're just down here. And I look at their life, and they don't bear the fruit of someone who's actually a good suitable partner themselves, right? If you were someone who's actually like the only like good person left, you would not be going to the club. You would not be looking for love in the wrong places, right? The problem with most people is that you're simply not good enough, right? Like a lot of these guys, they've been conditioned by the internet, by these gurus who get these stupid girls on their podcasts, right? Who do OnlyFans, who are super degenerate, and that is the picture they get from reality, right? So like their perception is like all of these girls are like they're all so bad, right? Like they're all like just rinsing men for money, and it's true because like I watched this podcast or I saw this clip on TikTok where someone interviewed this girl and she said, yeah, she's cheating on a boyfriend. That is the wrong input you're putting in. And really, if that's how you condition yourself to look at the world day to day, if that's how you condition yourself to look at women, of course you will not find love in this generation, right? I'm currently reading this book. It's called Psycho-Cybernetics. And basically what the author Maxwell Maltz talks about is that we have a success mechanism. Our brains, they always look to fulfill the goal which we put into it. And so it will always find evidence to align with the beliefs that you hold. If the beliefs that you hold is that we're in the wrong generation because everyone nowadays is so degenerate, then you will find evidence that actually validates that belief, right? So two people can walk into a coffee store and they both see this beautiful girl standing there, right? So the first guy will look at her and his mindset is like, there is no good people left in this generation, right? All girls nowadays, they can't be trusted anymore because I've watched these stupid clips online which say like, all women are whores and they only rinse men for money, right? So he looks at this beautiful girl, which is clearly his type, right? And he could just go and approach her. So he sees her nails, so he's like, yeah, I'm sure someone else paid for a manicure, right? I'm sure she rinsed the man for that, or like her handbag that's given to her by some guy that she probably wasn't even dating, right? And he finds all of these reasons as to why he disqualifies her. And the other guy walks in and he has a positive mindset, right? His mindset is like, hey, this generation is still good for finding love. This generation, like there is still good women out there. And he looks at her and he's like, she's beautiful and she's dressed modestly, right? And she articulated herself very well while communicating with the barista. I'm going to approach her. So because they both had different inputs and they both had different beliefs, the second one will actually take action and he will actually get to find out whether his belief is true or not, right? But either way, the second guy is putting himself in the scenarios where he actually gets to win, right? And his mindset will determine his reality. Right? A lot of these guys, they're like, well, born in the wrong generation, there's no good people left. But really, the flaw is within themselves because I know for a fact that there's good people out there. I even know people who found the love of their life, right? Like perfect Christian girl on Tinder. And a lot of these people have this mindset that Tinder is, the general platform only for hookups. Well, that is not the case because, as I said, I know people who have gotten different results with that, right? In fact, I've met a bunch of like really good women online, and I can tell you that there's not everyone who's on there is a bad person. So really, the problem is that you've been looking in the wrong places and that you're already disqualifying people based on that, right? So really the problem isn't that you're born in the wrong generation. The problem isn't that there's no good people left. The problem is you aren't good enough yourself to find these people and to actually, qualify for them. You could be meeting the perfect girl, right? But because she sees that you are not the man of her dreams, that you have flaws within yourself, right? Maybe it's the way you talk, the way you dress, your body language, whatever, right? She will disqualify you. So the problem is not that there is like no good people left. The problem is that you haven't gotten up to a high enough standard where good women will see you as potential, right? There's friend circles where everyone in there is getting engaged, is getting married. They all share the same faith. They're all Christians, right? So the problem really isn't that this generation is so messed up. The problem is you've been looking in the wrong places. You've been searching for evidence which qualifies your beliefs, and therefore you don't even give yourself a fighting chance. And then you're simply not good enough, right? If you are the man of her dreams, right, then she would absolutely want to go on a date with you, right? That if you meet a good girl, you go approach her, absolutely, right, because you're the man of her dreams. But if you're not that, if you're somebody who thinks that everybody out there is just so horrible and, right, like it's really hard to find someone else, well, that's going to reflect in your manners. That's going to reflect in the way that you treat other people, right, in the way that you interact with women. It's really my main advice to you is become a better person. And the way you can do that is that you look at all of the traits that you're looking for in a partner, right? You write down, I want my girlfriend to be kind. I want my girlfriend to be devoted to God. I want my girlfriend to be good with kids, right? Once you've written all of that down, replace that and put your name in there, right? So it says, in my case, Julian is kind. Julian is devoted to God. Julian is good with kids, right? And if you actually pay attention to what you can improve about yourself, you will get to find that you actually get to meet good people, right? That there's good people out there who value that you're that kind of person, that you're working on yourself, that you're becoming better, right? And you will also start to let go of the negative mindset that everyone else in this generation is just so screwed and there's no love to be found anymore, because that is really not the case.